The Boys Sleepover is a staple of every male friend group, an experience full of laughter, insanity, and platonic love, apart from when it's not. But that will be discussed later. A sleepover with the boys is a canon event for all young men, a rite of passage, and if you haven't had one, you're missing out. And I'm not talking about one of those pussy sleepovers, like the ones you'd have when you were 9, when you'd eat a nice reasonable dinner and go to sleep at like 10:30 at the latest. I mean a real boys sleepover. And if you somehow don't know what a real boys sleepover is like, you either have no friends or aren't a dude. But I'm guessing if you clicked on this video, you're interested in knowing what it's like. So let me break it down for you. Let me be your guide into the wondrous world of the boys sleepovers. First, let's go over the types of people you'll come across at the boys' function. This information is vital to know if you want to make it out of the sleepover alive. And if you've never been to a boys' sleepover, I'm honestly doing you a big favor right now. Starting off strong with the group leader. This friend is definitely the life of the party, and it always feels like something's missing when he doesn't pull up. He could be chill or an absolute maniac, but either way, whenever he's there, it's always good vibes. But the sensitive host can kill that vibe just as quick. They tell you to not touch stuff, try to force everybody to do what they want to do, and are just overall hella annoying. If you still don't know what I mean, let's just say the friend group is a democracy and the sensitive host is Kim Jong-un. But a vital component to the sleepovers is always the snack plug. Think of any snack you want and this guy probably has it. Candy, pizza, soda, this motherfucker has it all. And if you go out to get food, you know this dude has the whole group covered. This friend just proves that there's still hope out there for humanity. Unlike the liability, this is the dude you can't take anywhere. It's always a gamble having him at your house. Saying slurs, saying he's gonna fuck your mom, or blow up a third world country are all things you'll say in front of your whole family with pride. Usually this friend keeps shit interesting, but it comes at a risk. Last and definitely least is the phone NPC. Fuck these friends, bro. This is the friend who's always on his phone with AirPods in. And these people really confuse me. Jake just set the house on fire. Billy's yelling slurs at the host's grandma. Adam's having a 5-course meal, and you're in the corner on your fucking phone? How is your phone more interesting than what's going on around you right now? I really want an answer, because I know you're not talking to any bitches right now. So don't act like what you're doing on your phone is more important than spending some bonding time with the boys. Also, an honorable mention is the gay motherfucker. I made this an honorable mention because it's usually more than one person. But yeah, if you say anything, you best believe these people are gonna somehow make it sus. Now let's go over different types of houses the sleepover could be held at. Starting off strong with the chill parents household. This is probably the best location to have the boys sleepover at. You can stay up as late as you want, eat whatever you want, and most importantly, be as loud as you'd like. This is the place where you can let the liability friend roam free and say whatever he'd like, and not have to worry about applying for colleges in the future. Remember when I talked about the snack plug earlier? You better hope this guy decides to come in clutch when you gotta stay at the ingredients household. This is the house of the parents that only buy healthy food and ingredients for meals, and there are no snacks in sight at this house. Instilling healthy eating habits for your children is good in the long run, but also boring as fuck. So usually this house is not optimal for the average boys sleepover. Lastly, we have my favorite place to stay at, the comfy house. Yes, eating candy and doing WWE moves on your friends until the sun rises is fun, but it's also good to have a nice comfy place to crash after all the chaos. I remember me and my friends went to my other friend's house. He had the whole basement to himself, and at the end of the night, we got to fall asleep on his comfy ass couch with the nice warmth of the fireplace. He also lives in the middle of the woods, which just added to the cozy vibe. And I don't know if it was the prior shenanigans that we were getting involved in earlier that night, but as soon as my head hit that pillow, I was out of it. That unmatched 4 hours of sleep just had me wishing I could live at my homie's crib. Lastly, let's go over different stages of the boys sleepover. Stage 1, arrival. This is when you first arrive. You dap up your homies, but then you realize you have a problem. What the fuck are we gonna do? And for some reason, every guy's instinct to avoid awkwardness is to pet the nearest dog. The dog strap gives you time to think of something to do, but also not be as awkward. But once you're done petting the dog, or just aimlessly walking around if they have no pets, you transition into stage 2. Actually doing normal shit. The name of the stage explains itself. Usually the average sleepover involves video games or doing something random outside. This stage of the sleepover is always a good time. Stage 3, dinner time. This stage usually happens at around 4 to 6 o'clock. This is when you guys realize you have to find something to eat. And if you're at the ingredients household, then I'm praying for you, man. Stage 4, doing normal shit again. This is the same as stage 2, but now you're not hungry, which is nice. Stage 5, demon time. This is when the normal shit gets boring, and when the sleepover turns into Project X Part 2. This is when you start doing the most wild shit with no care in the world. Stage 6, the midnight snack. Again, pretty self-explanatory. This is when you all realize you're still hungry and sneak into the kitchen for some late-night snacks. Or if you're at the ingredients household, you might just choose to starve. Stage 7, therapy. This is the therapy you don't have to pay for. This late-night talking stage with the boys is more helpful than any therapist could ever be. And last but not least, Stage 8, sleep. When the sun starts to rise and the birds start to chirp, that's when you know it's time to go to sleep, before you fuck up your sleep schedule anymore. Once you get all comfy, falling asleep is easy. With everything you've done that night, falling asleep only takes a few minutes, and then you wake up and go home.
Hey, Kendrick just opened his mouth, and I'm about to put my dick in it right now. Then I put it in his ass. Now he running but naked all over my house. I'm about to make him gay tonight. Back shots with both of my hands in his mouth.